In a city that never sleeps, secrets don't survive for long. But the wisest man in this story learned the power of silence. Because there are 3 things a wise person never shares. And one mistake can cost you everything. London raised him, but New York tested him. Oliver Bennett arrived in New York City with 2 suitcases, a British accent, and a restless ambition. He had grown up in Manchester, in a modest brick house where rain tapped against windows like a patient drummer. His mother used to say, "If you want something big, Oliver, you must leave small streets behind." So he did. New York felt electric. Yellow taxis, towering skyscrapers, the distant glow of Times Square at night. It was loud, competitive, unapologetic. And Oliver loved it. At 28, he worked as a junior analyst in a finance firm near Wall Street. The job paid the bills, but his dreams were larger than spreadsheets. He wanted to build his own fintech startup, a digital platform helping small immigrants manage savings and investments wisely. It was personal. His own father had struggled with money when they moved cities years ago. One evening, at a rooftop gathering in Brooklyn, Oliver made a decision that would change everything. "I'm building something big," he told a group of colleagues, holding a glass of sparkling water. "Within a year, I'll leave this firm. My app will change how people save money." The skyline shimmered behind him. Some friends nodded politely. One laughed. "Mate, do you know how many startups die in this city every day?" Another said, "If it's such a good idea, investors will steal it before you launch." Oliver brushed it off. He thought sharing meant confidence. But New York has sharp ears. Within weeks, subtle problems began. A coworker started asking very detailed questions about his model. A similar concept appeared in a pitch deck at work. One potential investor suddenly lost interest after hearing similar solutions were already in development. Oliver felt a cold wave of realization. Had he spoken too soon? One Sunday afternoon, sitting quietly in Central Park, he called his grandfather in Manchester. "I think I ruined it," Oliver admitted. His grandfather chuckled softly over the phone. "Tell me, did you talk about your plans?" "Yes, I was excited." A pause. Then the old voice spoke slowly. "Wise men never share 3 things." Oliver listened carefully. "First, your future plans. Second, your income. Third, your family problems." Oliver stared at the autumn leaves falling around him. "Dreams," his grandfather continued, "are like candles in the wind. Speak too loudly, and you blow them out yourself." The words settled deeply. From that day, Oliver changed. He stopped discussing the startup. He removed public hints from LinkedIn. He worked at night in silence, in his small apartment overlooking Queens. No announcements. No grand promises. No boasting. Months passed quietly. Then one winter morning, his beta app launched softly. No dramatic posts. No flashy reveal. Just a quiet email to a small list of users. Within 3 months, 5,000 immigrants had signed up. Without noise, there was no sabotage. Without publicity, there was no interference. Silence had protected his first victory. But New York had another lesson waiting. The day his startup secured its first major investment, Oliver stared at the contract in disbelief. It was more money than his father had earned in 5 years. His heart raced. He wanted to call everyone. He wanted to post, "Dreams do come true." That evening, at a celebratory dinner near the Brooklyn Bridge, a friend asked casually, "So, how much did they invest?" Oliver hesitated. Then he said it. The number hung in the air like fireworks. The reactions changed instantly. Some friends became overly enthusiastic. Others distant. One asked for a small loan the very next week. Within days, expectations surrounded him like invisible chains. People treated him differently, not as Oliver, but as opportunity. He remembered the second rule. Money is safest when it is quiet. After that, whenever someone asked how business was going, he simply smiled. It's steady, he would say. No figures. No comparisons. Peace returned. The third lesson arrived in the most painful way. Oliver's mother fell back in Manchester. Hospital visits, stress, long-distance calls at midnight. He felt helpless being thousands of miles away. One night, exhausted, he opened social media. He typed a long emotional post about the struggle, about balancing startup pressure and family worry. His finger hovered over post. He wanted sympathy. He wanted comfort from the world. Then he stopped. Family pain is not content. It is sacred. He deleted the post. Instead, he called close relatives privately. He arranged better medical care quietly. He flew to Manchester without making it public. Because not every battle needs an audience. Months later, his mother recovered. Looking back, Oliver felt grateful he had protected that vulnerable chapter from strangers. Years passed. Oliver Bennett became known in New York's financial circles, not for loud marketing, but for consistent results. His company grew steadily. He hired employees. He mentored young founders. At a small seminar near Wall Street, a young entrepreneur once asked him, "What's the secret to surviving New York?" Oliver smiled. "In a city that talks nonstop," he said, "learn to be silent." He explained, "Share your victories after they're secured. Protect your income from unnecessary attention. And guard your family's struggles with dignity. Because in New York, information travels faster than taxis. And not everyone who listens supports you." That evening, walking alone across the Brooklyn Bridge, lights reflecting on the river, Oliver thought about the young man he used to be, excited, loud, seeking validation. Silence had matured him. Not silence of fear, but silence of discipline. He understood now. When you speak less, you focus more. When you reveal less, you protect more. When you protect more, you grow stronger. In a city that never sleeps, the wisest people do not shout. They build quietly. They earn privately. They love protectively. So before you share your next dream with the world, before you reveal your bank balance, before you post your family's pain, ask yourself, am I building my future or just feeding my ego? Because sometimes the loudest people impress for a moment, but the silent ones succeed for a lifetime.